All right, welcome back. Today I'm going to show sort of the last few steps to take your image from where we have it to where it's ready to print. It shouldn't take too long, but there are a few things that you need to know in order for your image to print correctly and also for your image to work with our vinyl cutter, which is a little bit old. So here we go. First, open up AutoCAD. It should all be old. Open up our document or under open. And before we get started too much, you'll notice my Jurassic Park sticker isn't quite done. But at this stage, the things I'm going to show, you're going to need to finish completing your sticker entirely before you do sort of the next steps I'm going to show. So we're not going to worry about that one. We're going to focus more on these over here. First thing we're going to need to do is make sure that our images are complete, as I just said. So I'm just going to pan a little bit and see if we're missing some lines. So I'm obviously missing some lines on this one. So I would need to finish that up before moving on. But I'm going to show you on these two here what the next steps are before we're done. So now that I have this kind of copied out the way I want, I need to get rid of these images underneath, and then I need to check if my image is going to work. So in order to get rid of these images, because we attached them, we can't click on them and delete them, which is frustrating. We actually have to detach our image. So in order to do that, I'm going to type image, and I'm going to, oh, hi, that's Aiko. Aiko's back. He's saying hi. He's a little lonely today. Let's escape out of that. Let's bring up this keyboard. All right, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to type image, there we go. And it's going to bring up a little, there we go. And it brings up sort of all the pictures that are in here. And what we want to do is detach them. Now, be careful. Make sure you are complete before you detach an image. If you detach an image, you cannot just reattach it. Well, you can, but you can't just Control Z. You can't undo it. You have to go through and reattach the image in order. So you have to click attach, find the image, put in the base point, scale it to size, and sometimes it's hard to scale things exactly identically to where they were before. So make sure your image is completely done before you detach any of your images. So I'm going to leave Jurassic Park, my Jurassic sticker, because that one's not complete. But I'm going to detach my flower. So I'll right click, detach, and I'm going to detach my symmetrical tree one as well, so we can see what's going on there. All right, and I'll leave the Jurassic Park there for now. If I have more time, I'll go in and actually finish that. We've got a lot of negative space here, space that's not going to be used. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to move it, M for move, spacebar. I'm going to move it from here. I'm just going to move it nice and close. I don't want it to snap up there. I don't want it touching any of the lines, but I want it nice and close. And my thought is, if I cut this out of a sheet of vinyl, anywhere there's a blank space is going to be wasted and just get thrown in the garbage. So I want to use as little vinyl as possible when still having you know, a little bit of space. It can't be touching the line, right? But well, it could be, but you don't really want it touching. So I'll draw a small border line around there. And I just noticed, now you've probably all told me, but I've gone and drawn everything on the wrong layer, right? Spacebar to end that, TR, spacebar. At this point, McDonald should be slapping the back of his own hand a little bit, because this flower and this tree should both be on the object layer. But it's actually a really easy fix. So I'll select everything there, go on the home. Oh, I'm in something. Don't look at that. Don't worry about that. You don't need that. I'm in the home layer. I'm going to change that to object layer. Oh, I need to reselect it. Change that to object layer. All right, so good for you if you caught that. Good for you if you went, McDonald, your stuff was on the wrong layer. I'll probably tell you, just keep watching the videos. I fix it later. But good catch, good eye. So that's looking better. These two lines should be on the borderline. I'm grabbing that image. See if I can. No, let's not worry about that for now. Don't want to waste too much of your time here. So I've got these images that are done. I've got one that is not done. So if depending on how much time you have, you're going to want to go in and finish everything you can. If you don't have time, you got to just go in and delete it because it's not completed. And I'm just going to leave that where it sits. So here it is, what I think is finished. Now, at this point, I need to go in and I need to take a look at this objectively from an outside perspective. And I need to realize that every line here is going to be cut by a blade on the vinyl cutter, which means that on one side of the line is going to be a piece of material I keep. On the other side of the line is going to be a piece of material I throw away. And on the other side of the line is a piece I keep, and the other side of the line is a piece I throw away. Now, you might be like, okay, I get it, right? But the hard part is taking a look at your image and deciding if it's going to work or not. Now, this symmetrical one, very straightforward. Okay? It's where if you follow along the line, all the way, you end right where you started. So follow along, I end right where I started, right? So this piece on the inside I would keep, this piece on the outside I would throw away, and that's really straightforward. That one will work perfect. It's very small, very simple, but it'll work just fine. This image here, however, this image will not work. Hi, Aiko. Yeah, I know. I love you too, kitty. Okay, yeah. Shh, don't tell anybody I said that. Let's see here. This image is not going to work, and here's why. This piece here I'm going to throw away. This piece around the outside I'm going to throw away. That's pretty straightforward. This piece here I'm going to keep, right? This piece here I'm also going to keep. So that means that on either side of this line is a piece I'm going to keep. So because the sticker is going to stick down here and down here, there'll be a small blade mark in between, but you won't see that. So what it'll end up looking like is this. It'll end up looking like that. One singular piece. This piece I keep. This piece I would throw away. This piece I keep. So it would look like this. And then this would disappear because this gets thrown away. So, all of a sudden, this is what it's actually going to look like, right? This piece would get thrown away as well. Right? All of a sudden, this is starting to look a little bit weird, right? Like not the way we originally envisioned it. So I'm going to go ahead and undo a few of those things, and I'm going to show you what I would do how I would go ahead and fix this. All right. So I'll throw away this piece. And I'll throw away this little piece in here too. So let's go ahead and trim that on every single one of those. Okay, so that little piece gets thrown away. So that fixes part of my problem. That also means that all of these lines get trimmed because I'm going to throw away. Let me trim that. Why not? Sometimes splines are funky. So, hi Aiko. I'll try to extend this line. Oh my goodness. Yes. I will pet you. The children are all waiting for me to finish this video so they can get to work though. So go on. Yeah, it's still not letting me trim that. Sometimes it doesn't let you, TR. Spacebar. Sometimes it doesn't let you trim splines. But that's okay. It would cut this, and then that would get thrown away. You know what it is? That is seen as an entire line. So click it, click delete. There we go. So there was a break in there at some point. So that'll work for that, and we still have some detail. Now if I trim out these lines, we lose that detail. So what I'm going to do is offset this line, and then trim the ends. So I'm going to offset it, OF, O for offset, OF, offset spacebar, I'm gonna specify the offset distance to something pretty small. Boy, I'm not sure. Let's just try 1, see how it looks. I'll specify this object on this side. You know, 1 looks pretty good. I'm gonna offset all of these. I see a piece I gotta trim up top there too. Okay. Escape, TR, spacebar, spacebar. And I'm gonna trim this piece out of the center of it. Okay, I'm just going to pause here. I'm going to finish trimming that. I'll be back in a second. My goodness, I don't know if this... My goodness, I'm going to... That is the worst thing ever.